Aita, not really, but felt like it. For maliciously complying with our HOA's new lawn ornament rule. Okay, Reddit, I need to share this because it just happened, and while I know I'm technically in the clear, I feel like a petty king. My HOA is special. They've always been strict, but lately it's gotten absurd. Their latest obsession? Lawn ornaments? For years we've had a pretty chill policy. Tasteful gnomes, bird baths, maybe a small statue. Nothing crazy. But apparently one new resident complained about someone's flamingo collection, which admittedly was a lot of flamingos. And now we have a brand new, incredibly detailed rule. The new rule states, and I quote, no more than one decorative lawn ornament per 50 square feet of visible front yard space is permitted. All ornaments must be no taller than 24 inches, and must be of a generally tasteful and inoffensive nature, as determined by the HOA board. Now, my front yard isn't huge, but it's decent. I have a small bird bath and a couple of those solar-powered path lights. Harmless. But this rule got under my skin because it felt so controlling. I spent a few hours this past weekend meticulously measuring my visible front yard space. I'm talking actual tape measure, from the edge of the house to the sidewalk, accounting for flower beds and the driveway. It turns out I have approximately 375 square feet of visible front yard. Using their exact math, 375, 50, L75. Since you can't have half an ornament, that means I'm allowed seven ornaments. This morning, I drove to the local garden supply store. They have those tiny ceramic garden gnomes, the ones that are like 6-8 inches tall. They're cheap, cheerful, and definitely under the 24-inch limit. And crucially, they are generally tasteful and inoffensive. Who could argue with a tiny gnome? I bought 6 more of these tiny gnomes, bringing my total to 7, including my existing bird bath, which counts as 1. I carefully spaced them out across my front lawn, making sure they weren't clustered and were indeed decorative lawn ornaments. They look a little ridiculous, 7 tiny gnomes scattered around a perfectly manicured lawn, but they comply with every single letter of the new rule. About an hour ago, I saw Brenda from the HOA board, the one who's always pushing for stricter rules, doing her morning walk. She stopped dead in front of my house, staring. She squinted, walked closer, then walked back, then pulled out her phone, presumably to check the new rule. I just waved cheerfully from my window. She did not wave back. I'm fully expecting a passive-aggressive letter, but technically, I've followed their rule to the absolute letter. My wife thinks it's hilarious and totally deserved. My neighbor just gave me a thumbs up. So, while I'm not really asking Aita, I wanted to share this little victory. Has anyone else pulled off similar HOA malicious compliance?